Hello and welcome to the Downsized. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we're the channel where we talk about GLP-1s, weight loss, the whole 9 yards, all the time, every day it seems like. It's cold here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think JoJo's still frolicking around or outside. We've got some big news we're going to talk about here in just a little while. But let's let some people kind of roll in, and then we'll go into it. What have you been up to today, Laraine?
This doesn't show how. Oh, I see it at the top. Well, I've been managing children today. They prefer we don't speak of them, so I can't really go into detail. But you know, that's what it is.
It is what it is.
Why don't you go ahead and read your news that you wanted to read?
Absolutely. All right. So some news landed today that I'm sure you guys have all seen up by now, but we wanted to give you our perspective on it. And honestly, it's something that could reshape the GLP-1 landscape for millions of people. And before we start anything else tonight, you deserve to hear about it. So as we told you, we're the Downsized. This is our live episode. We do it every Wednesday. And we wanted to start today with breaking news. A new bill has been introduced in Congress, and if you're using a GLP-1 medication, you deserve to know what is in it and how it may impact your access to care. I'm not someone who sounds the alarm unless there's a real reason to do it, and what happened today is concerning. But don't panic. The one thing we know about our government is it's slow and it's dysfunctional. I always like to give a political caveat here and say we're not a political channel. We talk about politics and policy where they intersect with GLP-1s. So please be kind in the comments. If you're calling people of no matter what names, I will delete you. And this is about fighting the disease of obesity. This is not about fighting each other. So we're going to report on what happened with some politics now, but this is not a political channel. Before I go any deeper, of course, remind you once again, my name is Christopher Durham. This is my lovely wife, Laraine. Between the two of us, we've lost 150 pounds using GLP-1s. We are not doctors. This is not medical advice. This is our lived experience. And for complete transparency, I have personally used compounded tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro. And in my experience, they have all worked the same. The results were the same. The side effects were the same. The only real difference was access, affordability, and price. So I get to do this little bit, and then Laraine can chime in as appropriate. And then we'll celebrate your wins. We'll take your questions. We'll build this community one honest conversation at a time. So tonight we need to talk about a bill called the Safeguarding Americans from Fraudulent and Experimental Drugs Act of 2025. You pop it up there. If I had it up, let's get it. Add it to the stage. There it is. Lawmakers are calling it the Safe Drugs Act. So get it, safeguard, it's an acronym. It was introduced by two members of Congress from Indiana, Rudy Yakim and Andre Carson, a Democrat and a Republican. Indiana is also home to Eli Lilly, a $1 trillion pharmaceutical company that manufactures Mounjaro and Zepbound. Coincidence? I think not. I want to be clear from the very beginning. When you read this bill line by line, you start to see something Washington does very well. It wraps corporate priorities in the language of patient protection. It looks like safety on the outside, but once you read past the headline, it feels like a win for Big Pharma. And when Big Pharma gets the protection, patients usually pay the price. Context matters. However, Lilly employs nearly 14,000 people in Indiana. As I said, they're a $1 trillion company. That's more than the entire economy of the state of Indiana. The company is building massive new facilities in Indianapolis and Lebanon with $27 billion committed to expanding manufacturing. These sites will produce active pharmaceutical ingredients or APIs and sterile injectable drugs. Thousands of workers, thousands more are in construction, a huge economic win for the state. And at the very same time, lawmakers from that state are proposing sharp limits on compounded GLP-1 medications. It's not subtle. Now, let's look at what is actually in the bill because the language is clear. The bill changes federal law, so a 503A pharmacy, and I'm going to quote from the bill, does not make more than 20 prescriptions in a single month, compound any drug product that is essentially a copy of a commercially available drug product. 20 total prescriptions for an entire pharmacy. for an entire month. That number does not support a community. It barely supports a neighborhood. It tells me whoever wrote this bill does not understand the real lives of patients using these medications. The bill defines a compounded GLP-1 as a copy if it contains, quote, any active ingredient found in a commercially available drug product. And to avoid being labeled a copy, the prescriber must document a change that creates, quote, a significant difference for an identified individual patient. Cost is not a significant difference. Insurance denials are not a significant difference. Shortages are not a significant difference. The bill also broadens the definition of commercially available. It says a drug is commercially available if it is, quote, sold in the commercial marketplace in the United States and not included on the discontinued drug list. So even if a drug is too expensive for most people or consistently out of stock, it still counts as available under this definition. Compounding becomes restricted anyway. And here's the truth. Patients know better than lawmakers. Compounding became the bridge because people needed a bridge. Prices were too high. Pharmacies were out of stock. Insurance was denied over and over. You do not remove a bridge before you build a road. If you do, people fall. And the people who fall are the ones who fought the hardest to regain their health. Next, the bill adds a new reporting rule. Pharmacies must report every compounded prescription they fill. The text says a pharmacy shall submit a report identifying each type of drug product compounded and the total number of times each type is compounded. What is missing from this section says even more. There's no adverse event reporting, no requirement to document contamination or safety issues, only volume. They want to know how many they're selling. If safety were the true goal, adverse event reporting would be the first thing added. It is not. Hospital pharmacies are exempt. The bill sets the subsection does not apply to the compounding of any drug products for hospital patients. So a compounded GLP-1 is considered concerning outside a hospital, but completely acceptable inside one. That inconsistency speaks for itself. The bill also increases FDA inspections for outsourcing facilities and allows the agency to raise compounding fees to, quote, a base amount deemed appropriate by the secretary. There is no cap. And this is where I want to add some perspective. Compounding needs better standards, absolutely. Standardization, consistency, and clearer expectations would help everybody. But this bill does not clean anything up. It does not target the bad actors. It scorches the earth. It wipes out the only workaround many patients had while the system failed them. Telehealth also deserves a moment here. Telehealth has been a lifeline for thousands of people. It was the only place they could get real care, real follow-up, and a doctor who actually listened. Telehealth did not fail patients. Telehealth stepped up when everything else collapsed. The bill treats telehealth and compounding as problems. They were the solution while the system fell apart. We talk to you guys all day, every day. So many of you live outside of major cities and rural parts of the country where there simply aren't doctors available that will even write you a prescription, and telehealth is filled in. There is definitely a place for telehealth. And here's the real crisis no one inside this bill is talking about. Compounding did not create this situation. Pricing did. Insurance did. Shortages did. If the system had done its job, hardly anyone would have ever needed compounding in the first place. So the system's got to change. The policy has to change. And for me, the policy has to include four things. Number one, affordability. Right? It's got to be a price that the average American can actually afford to treat their disease of obesity. Number two, access. Number three, continuity. Number four, safety. All four. Affordability comes first because if people cannot afford the medication, nothing else matters. Access means patients have a real pathway to treatment. Continuity means you do not take medication away from someone who is finally stable. They need continuity of care. Safety means real oversight that improves quality, not restrictions dressed up as protection. These four things only work when they work together. Remove one and the policy fails the people who need it most. Here's the bottom line. If this bill passes, it is unquestionably a blow to access and affordability. It will fall hardest on the very people who have the least support. The people denied by insurance, the people who are paying cash, the people who finally found something that worked, Those are the people who will lose access first. When access narrows, people lose stability, they lose momentum, they lose hard-earned progress, and that is why this matters. Bills like this can move quietly or they can move quickly. But when real people speak up, lawmakers hear more than industry talking points. So reach out because your voice matters, and together we can shape what happens next. Laraine and I will discuss this in a moment, but I want you guys to think about how you can reach out to your congressman, your senator, your legislature, and tell them that this matters to you. Tell them that access, affordability, and safety all matter to you, and that this bill isn't the way to do it. So, I don't know. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, you can probably take this down. It's disturbing. I mean, these two, were they from the House or the Senate in Indiana?
The House.
The House in Indiana, home of Eli Lilly, who employs 14,000 people in the state of Indiana, who is a $1 trillion company, who made $5 billion last quarter on sales of their products, mainly Zepbound and Mounjaro. You know, we know what's up, right? We know what's up. They want to limit compounding to 20
Per
pills
pharmacy.
per pharmacy. All right, well, I'm good. How about y'all? I mean, such an arbitrary number. This is never. Does this have any chance of ever passing?
So here's the thing. First of all, our government's incredibly slow, and
right.
Of late, our government hasn't passed much.
Haven't passed much.
This is a Democrat and a Republican from Indiana. I don't want to have any desire to discuss the politics of it, but I've never heard of these two, so they're not leading the charge on anything else. I can't imagine. And there was no other co-signers on this bill. So
Also
typically when you see a bill like this, there'll be another 20 names on this that all come out. And they're like, yeah, we're on board, and they can build a consensus around it. I'd be shocked if this goes anywhere, and even if it does, it's going to take a while.
Well, they try to position it as something safety related. The title of the bill, the acronym is SAFE, right? But they didn't include any provisions on reporting on
improving safety,
improving safety, or reporting on adverse events. So what are they trying to do? They're just trying to limit the number of prescriptions compounding pharmacies can fill, and then that's it.
Well, then the Lilly.
Oh, and report how many
Lilly
they are
and Novo
filling.
would know how many they were filling.
Yeah. Well, if they're only filling 20, what number?
Who
Wouldn't
cares?
it just the number be 20?
Well, 20 times however many pharmacies. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eli Lilly definitely wants to know how many prescriptions are being filled by compounding pharmacies, and they don't know. They can only estimate. I mean, I know Novo had an estimate in one of their news stories. So you talk for a minute.
I will talk for a minute. I was just looking to see who we have out there. Let's see here.
Should we be concerned? It's a concern. It's something to be aware of. Do we think this is going to go anywhere?
Yeah, probably not. Am I going to panic? No.
Take time, right? And we've already seen the prices come down somewhat from Lilly and Novo on these GLP-1 medications. Not a lot, but somewhat. So what is this going to take? A year to litigate? 2 years? 3 years? Like, how long does it take for a bill to go from the House to the Senate to the president's signature?
There's a Schoolhouse Rock song for you.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. I mean, let's go back to our Schoolhouse Rock days, right? I mean, it takes
a while.
It takes a lot. And I don't think enough Congress people understand really the whole gist of this thing. So it's something to be concerned about. It's something to look at. It's something to keep track of, especially for people like me who have lost all of their weight on compounded tirzepatide. Thank God for compounded tirzepatide, right? And I've as you guys all know who watch me, I've gotten my medication through Mochi Health. After my doctor told me in person I should just diet and exercise. After I ran 2 half marathons and 2 triathlons and did Weight Watchers for years and years and years. So I'm very glad that I've had access to this compounded tirzepatide. I don't want it to go away. I do plan on staying on a GLP-1 tirzepatide or whatever comes next at some point. There are a lot of medications in the pipeline. A lot of GLP-1 medications are being worked on, are in testing right now. They're doing clinical trials. We've heard a lot of names just in this past week.
Oh, yeah.
There was a new one. What's that?
Oh, don't ask me to say it.
Dave Knapp couldn't even pronounce it.
Endocrine or something?
I mean, there's so many things being developed that, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, this GLP-1 landscape assortment, it's going to look completely different. And I think we're not going to have anything to worry about with some kind of bill like this, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. We're hoping in 2026 we get orforglipron comes to market. It's not out yet. Retatrutide hopefully comes 26 or 27.
I think it's going to be 27, but we'll see. Maybe late 26.
Right. And, the more drugs that are in the market, in the marketplace, drive down prices, hopefully, with competition. So thank you, Darium. Darium, our moderator, says, we're not talking politics. We're talking about the issues and access. Please stay respectful in the comments. Yeah.
Jean Moore says her husband loves us both. Thanks.
Oh, thanks, Jean Moore.
Hello. I'm going to skip over some hellos out there and see because we got about a whole lot of comments now.
Yeah. For a bill that seemed to be about safety, there was nothing safety related patient-wise. Anthony says, definitely not a coincidence. LOL. We see your influence, Lily. I mean,
Bonnie says quid pro quo. I'm not saying that, but there's certainly a dotted line we could connect. CC says, I'm cheering you on to hit 40,000 subscribers by January 1st. Yeah, we would love to do that.
Yeah, everybody out there, please hit like and subscribe. If you haven't already, we put out content every day. We go live most Wednesdays. And on Tuesdays, if you're a member of Club Downsized, if you're a member, you want to join our membership club, you can click the join button down there later. Cantley57 says, hello all, this is very disturbing. Yeah.
You got to remember, there's a lot of bills proposed throughout the year that never see the light of day. So this is going to take a while.
We're going to have to pull up that Schoolhouse Rock about how the bill becomes the law. Chrissy's Place say, if they want to keep us safe, they should provide their meds at equivalent prices to the compound pharmacies instead of limiting our access. Exactly. Compounders never would have been at the scale they are now if these medications had been
it's a magic number.
Better price.
It is. They are so incredibly cheap to actually produce.
Right.
That when it costs you $5 to make it, and even the compounder can sell it for several $100s, so the markup is more than any retailer gets.
I mean, when the retail price of Zepbound is over $1,000 a month, that's what they're charging.
And there's still people
out there that are paying that.
I got an email today from somebody who was still paying the $1,000, and I'm like, "Why are you doing that?" And
why?
Let's see here. The Tamika Michelle says, "Question: You guys are on compound. What will your plans be? I know you have said you never plan on coming off GLP-1s. I actually just got my Zepbound prescription refilled when I went to the doctor. I haven't filled it, but I got a new prescription.
Well,
I think." The reality for us is we are fortunate, and if we have to pay for it, the branded, that's what we'll do. I think the reality of this is the prices are coming down. There will be more options. So it's not, I don't think, and I say this, I think every week, I don't think you need to worry about planning for what the price is today for the rest of your life. I think you have to worry about planning for what the price is today. Because the prices are going to come down. So if we need to pay $4.99 or whatever the Lilly price is through Lilly Direct for 6 months, then that's what we'll do. Do I want to do that? No. Will it be a hardship? Yes.
Well, and I think
we'll do what we have to do.
If for some reason Now, I've got compounded medication in the fridge. I've got a shipment
We have
that's going to ship to me sometime this week. I
we
think
have a
it
stock.
might be a good time to place a reorder. Probably not, right? It's nothing's happening tomorrow.
No.
Nothing's happening next week. Nothing's probably happening in 2026.
No.
Truth be told, right?
Well, I mean, they'd have to come back and do something. Oh, here's Piggy. Piggy, how are you?
Oh, hey, Piggy. So Trump had to give Novo and Lilly something for Trump care. This is it.
Maybe. That might be. You never know. Thank you, Piggy. We appreciate it.
Who knows how these things work, right? But prices, Trump RX, like him, love him, hate him, whatever. He did get $50 off the prices of the Lilly and Novo to come down at least $50. So, I mean, if you're paying for those things out of pocket, $50 is $50, right? We'll take it. The Lilly Direct vials have come down in price. The 2.5 milligram Lilly vials are, I always forget the price, $249 or something like that. So, and that's kind of what always I have in the back of my mind when people say, well, why did you come down in dose? I don't know, if I needed to stretch it out, if I needed to, was only able to take it every other week, would I be able to do that? As you get into maintenance and you find what dose works for you in maintenance, maybe that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. But like Christopher, he's staying on 15. He ended on 15. He's staying on 15. He doesn't have any plans to come down off of 15. So, but for me, I think I responded a little bit better in the beginning than I realized. And so I came down in dose, and now I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose. Hey, Michelle Morgan, 777. This is disturbing. It is. But I don't think we should panic. I don't think anything's going to happen tomorrow or next week or next month. So we're just going to keep an eye on it. Oh, hey, it's Zach. Hey, Zach. Show us your muscles, Zach. Zach has been working on his body composition, and I love to see him over there on TikTok showing us his muscles. So you should follow him on TikTok. It's Fins.
Lucky
Fins. I can never remember, Zach. Put it in the comments, and we'll get you some followers over there. IB Crudson says, "Gee, any guesses as to what state this politician represents?" It's Indiana. Oh, who can say Indiana? You're right. It's Indiana. Yeah, the home of Eli Lilly, right? So, and not for anything, Eli Lilly is investing billions in new manufacturing plants in several cities around the U.S. And, we appreciate that. And, we just want them to lower their prices, right? If their prices were the same as compound, who would be buying the compound, right? So, that's all they have to do. Exactly. I would go gray before I would give it up. Don't say gray, Michelle Morgan. Don't say gray. Farm Girl, Rebel. This bill, if it is successful, will force many people into the gray markets. Yeah, and that's where safety really, that's where you're really messing with your safety, with your health, with the unknown, right? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't tell you to do that. We don't support that.
Well, but if the feds really wanted to improve safety, they would crack down on gray. Gray's the legitimate problem. It's unregulated, it's untested. You should not have to buy medication that's marked not for human use, that you have to have tested yourself. If you do not trust your provider so much that you have to pay for additional outside testing, there's a problem here, folks. So the feds should be going after them with all their power. Instead, they're chasing legitimate compounding pharmacies. It's insane. Insane.
The Tamika Michelle says people will start stockpiling. Yeah. And we've heard these warning bells go off before over our 2-year stint on a GLP-1. And there have been times when we have stockpiled, and I've got, maybe a couple months worth in my fridge at any given moment.
I think there's more than that.
Why? much. Why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you? Just make sure, you're looking at those bud dates and keeping up with them.
At 22 Fox says, I didn't hear from the beginning, so I don't really know what's going on. Well, essentially, the Congress people from the state of Indiana, where Eli Lilly is based, have introduced a bill that would basically ban or restrict compounding so heavily that it would no longer be a viable entity. There's a lot of details if you go back and watch.
But hospitals would be exempt, right? Yeah. Compounding in hospitals would be okay. So what do you think would happen then? Everything would push to hospitals. They'd open up big compounding things attached to the hospitals.
Michelle says 20 per person per month, or 20 of a certain drug per pharmacy. 20 of the drug per pharmacy.
Yeah. Like, only you 20 people I can fill this month. Everybody else you have to wait. What? Why? What? Does that even make any sense? Like, this makes no sense. Yeah, we don't get it. Miggy Spin says, this is outrage. Eli Lilly, give us a break, lower your price, and you'd have all of us being supplied by you. Exactly. All you got to do, lower the price of this or the Lilly vials to, I don't know, $99 a month, $199 a month.
Would get them there.
$199 a month, you would wipe out compounding in America. Will they ever do that? Not anytime soon. Cat C. Cal says it would be insanely irresponsible to pass anything regarding any major medications before they have some idea on what is going to happen in January 1st with the ACA. Yeah, we still don't know that, right? At Chrissy's Place says, wonder how many of the senators are on GLP-1s.
Oh, a lot, I assure you.
That'd be a great question.
Yeah. But they have the best insurance in the country.
Oh, so I'm sure their insurance covers.
If they would just give us all the senators and the congressmen's insurance.
Maybe we should run for office so we can get our medications covered. No, thank you. No,
you could go
thank
to work
you.
for Starbucks and get your medications covered.
Oh, yeah. Again, no, thank you. Anthony says they care about us when they lose out on compound money, but when there's a shortage, they're like, patients who? Diabolical. Exactly, Anthony. It's diabolical. Shortages. Technically, there are no shortages of Zepbound and Wegovy these days. I guess maybe a year ago at this time we were having some shortages.
Not really getting reports that there are, honestly.
No, I know people can get it from our local CVS. CVS has to order it. You can't just walk in with a prescription and say, fill this right now.
That's not a shortage. That's
no, I know. I realize that, but it's not like they're stocking it either, because these medications are so expensive just for them to house. They've got little refrigerators. They don't have a lot of space, so it's can be problematic. Lori SF said, I've been stockpiling because I feared this might happen. Yeah, so look at your bud dates, right? So every medication has a bud date or a best used by date. And you want to make sure that you are using your medications before that date. You want to make sure you're keeping your medications refrigerated at the proper temperature. All these things are just best practices. I leave mine in the little vials, in the little boxes they come in, and then I put all those little boxes in their little Ziploc bags that they come in, and then I put all those in a bigger box, and that goes in the refrigerator. I don't know. It just makes me feel
Johnny
better.
Carson's great Carmack, where the questions were hermetically
sealed.
Anybody out there old enough to
You're much
remember
older than me. I don't remember.
I know. Becky.
Hey, Becky.
Becky had some good news earlier, Becky. We'll try and loop back to that. I think her daughter got back on Zepbound, and she's worked out a bunch of her stuff.
I think Becky got back on
Zepbound
for her sleep apnea. So Zepbound is approved for sleep apnea. So, if that's something you struggle with, definitely ask your doctor about that. Amanda Hall T1C, it just pisses me off because they have so much freaking money, right? And how much is enough? Like, and we've talked about this before, like when you're making, I don't know, $20 billion a year in pure profit, talking about you, Eli Lilly, like
well, it means they actually legitimately could invest in the price, and it would hurt them nothing.
It would hurt them not at what point is enough? Like, at what point does the public health, 74% of America has overweight or obesity, 74%. So that's like 3 out of 4 dentists, or what's that Trident commercial?
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. But, when does it just become a matter of public health?
Zach says if it doesn't make it through this year's Congress, it has to get reintroduced. Well, I don't know about you, but do you believe Congress is going to do anything else by the end of the year?
I mean, they barely worked all
I mean,
fall, right? I mean,
it's December 10th. They're not going to get anything done.
So wait, when does this Congress end? This Congress ends in January, right?
Yeah.
It ends with the year end? Oh yeah, please. Why even bother to introduce it then on December what are we on, 10th? Yeah, that's a great point, Zach. Thanks for pointing that out. He watched the Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a Bill, obviously. Micho? Here's my guess. When Congress pushed billions for GLP funding through Medicare, think $50 copay, this bill will quietly be attached to that bill. Millions in Medicare will get access, but...
Well, Micho, it's an interesting theory. The problem is Congress is not pushing any bill for that. That was all from the White House. That was all Trump's doing. So we don't really know how all of that's going to get funding, but there's currently no legislation revolving around that.
For Medicare to get at a $50 copay, like Eli Lilly would have to drop the price way down that Medicare pays.
Well, they've already
right?
said if what happens with the White House, we already know what that price will be. It was like $249 or something like that. I may have it wrong, so we know that. But there was no attached congressional bill, so there's no way for them to attach. There's no bill to attach.
There was no bill. Doesn't exist. There's no bill for the Medicare in the
White House
first
just
place.
showed up and said, we cut a deal. We've got this great thing going on. And then CMS, which is I get the acronym, what it stands for. I won't remember what CMS, somebody can remember what CMS stands for. Anyway, the people who manage the Medicare rules and all of that said, oh, wait a minute, nobody told us. We don't have any rules for this.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
So we're all still hanging around waiting to see how all of those things actually happen.
Yeah.
So right now, the only thing that came out of the press release, out of that press conference that's happened is Lilly lowered their prices on the cash pay out of Lilly Direct, the $50 and $100, depending on the dose. We're still waiting for the rest of the stuff, so we'll just have to wait. When stuff happens, we'll tell you about it.
KMC Cormick, can we get the bill number in the description level of the video? Maybe a link where we can look at it and use that info if when.
Oh yeah, I can go. I can't do it right now, but I can add it.
How did you get access to the actual bill? Can anybody access that?
Record.
Yeah. So if you Googled the name of the bill, it would come up on Google theoretically?
Theoretically, I mean,
yeah. All right. Yukon Jack says, why are they not talking about the fake Ozempic pens distributed at pharmacies if they are so concerned about safety? It's a great question. We reported on that on our news story that came out on Monday, that there were actual pharmacists, like legitimate, like CVS, Walgreens, like that had fake Ozempic. Well,
they didn't say any actual.
They didn't say any
pharmacy. Please don't.
But they were in real pharmacies, like that you could walk into and get your prescription filled, and they were finding that there were some fake Ozempic pens mixed in with the real ones, and the only way you could tell the difference was by where the lot number was printed on the pen. It was like, how'd they even figure that out? Like, I don't. So that's really disturbing. Like, that's something that is a safety issue for sure. Wow, Schoolhouse Rock, y'all took it all the way back. I love Schoolhouse Rock.
All right, there's 379 of you and 134 likes. Thank you very much. My name is Christopher. This is my lovely wife, Laraine. We're the Downsized. We talk about GLP-1s. If you missed the first part of the episode, we basically are talking about the bill that was proposed in Congress that would essentially dramatically limit or stop the vast majority of compounding of GLP-1s, which, as you can imagine, would not be our favorite thing in the world.
Would be my least favorite thing in the world. Yeah, no, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll be reporting on it. We'll let you know what's happening on it. Nothing's happening today or tomorrow, so just hang with us. Why Night TV? I started my Zepbound journey Saturday. I'm down 16 pounds. Okay. Changed my whole diet and intake drastically. Okay. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Not everybody's going to lose 16 pounds in the first week or maybe even the first month. So, but that's great. That means it's working. I'm glad you've changed your diet and everything else. So, the average weight loss on these medications is between 0.5 pound and 2 pounds a week. So if you're losing at that rate, congratulations, you're average and it's working. So your results may vary, as Condi likes to say. Your mileage may vary. Susan H. Sounds like Eli Lilly wants to have a monopoly on tirzepatide. Oh yeah, of course they do. They invented it. They patented it. They don't want anybody else to copy it and sell it. And, with our FDA rules and regulations as they are, personalized dosing makes it possible for these compounding pharmacies to legally do this. So, sorry, Eli Lilly. KT Gal 2012. Hello, Downsizers. Back again from New York. Well, hello. Thanks for being a member. Sushi Fitness says what they are doing is purely unethical.
It's intriguing because there's a legitimate argument that compounding pharmacies and telehealth need to be regulated better and that there needs to be better safety requirements. There probably needs to be some standardization around some of the way the medications are produced. I mean, there's a lot
regulated by the states.
Well, I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying it could be better.
Of course.
It could be better. And the challenge with state regulations is you then have 50 different sets of regulations.
State, right.
So that if we get medication from Florida versus Texas, it's all different, right? So there's a legitimate argument for safety. This bill doesn't actually solve for any of it.
Piggy has another.
Hello, Piggy.
Thanks, Piggy, for your super chat. I look for this to be swept in quickly. Remember, they are needing another CR and a vote
Continuing
on the
resolution.
Timing is everything. I mean, I guess they'd have to sweep it in the next 21 days, or the clock resets, right? And they'd have to start over.
I mean, I guess they could attach it to the ACA if they were really trying hard.
Does anything move that fast through Congress? I mean,
I've never seen anything move that fast through Congress.
Yeah. Did we hit all Piggy's points?
Did you do it twice, Piggy? You didn't have to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, Piggy, it gave us 2 super chats of the same thing. Well, thank you very much. We were just saying we haven't seen you around here in a while, so glad to have you,
parts
Piggy.
In a while.
Yep. We know some of our super fans by name.
And Piggy, I mean, the thing about it is that with no co-sponsors on it, they're going to have to find some supporters to get it further through. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. And is it part of some bigger deal we're not privy to? Also possible, but again, we don't know.
KM McCormick says there's supposedly a big Republican push to put something together for healthcare before January. My concern would be this could get snuck into it. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't. GT Logan, can you put this information on your website so we can have the information? Yes, we can. Perhaps a form letter that can be used. A list of members of Congress in each of our states.
Why not? Think on the website right now. I'd have to go back and look.
Resources on the.
Yeah, there's no, but that's a good idea, George. I think there is. You can search on. I feel like I added that at some point. Kirsten's memory says this bill sounds stupid. What does JoJo think about it?
JoJo also thinks it's stupid, Kirsten. So thank you for that. JoJo is our cat for anyone who's just joining us. Sometimes she likes to walk across the table. I don't know where she is right now. She's been cold all day. She's been very upset about the cold that has been here in North Carolina. Michelle Tessier says, thank you for updating. I'm 7 months and 53 pounds down on compounded tirzepatide. It's been life-changing, but as of now, there is no way I can afford without compounding. Keep up the great work. Yeah, no, right? So I guess the next cheapest thing would be the Lilly Direct vials, but they're still expensive. right? So, cat's a cow. I wonder how many legislators hold Eli Lilly stock.
Excellent question.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I wonder what the stock price is doing today. It had been up over $1,000 per share.
Well, I know I didn't look at Lilly's, but I know Hims and Hers stock tanked when this was
Oh, that's
so
a good
Hims and Hers
point.
stock goes up and down based off everything that happens.
So does Eli Lilly's and Novo's. One moment, hold please. So looks like Lilly closed at 993. That's down. Novo, down from when I last looked at it. Novo closed at 4908. Novo hasn't been doing great. Lilly, I think this summer was around
and for
600.
complete transparency, we own 4 shares of Lilly stock.
4 shares of Lilly stock.
That's just so I can go vote. We're going to show up in Indianapolis and vote.
You know, I opened an E-Trade account. It's super easy. We're not sponsored by E-Trade or anything, and also when I pull up my E-Trade account and I have these stocks, I have a couple of Novo and a couple of Eli Lilly, literally like 2 and 2. It'll give you the news stories, right? The latest news stories right under on that front page of your E-Trade account. So it's really easy to keep up with things that might be happening on those companies that you want to know about.
Farm Girl says, if everyone taking compounds were able to switch to Lilly, would they even be able to keep up with the demand? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Well, you know what was interesting? One of the court cases in California where the compounder, Lilly was suing the compounders, the judge pushed back when Lilly was saying they were all their customers and said, do you honestly believe everyone taking compound could afford to switch?
Right.
So if they're not financially capable of becoming your customer, they are not your customer.
They're not your customer. It's like I read a story one time about that's why Disney World lets people bring in food into their parks because they don't even produce enough food to feed all the people that come in. Like, could they even supply all the people that might want it? Yvonne, I appreciate your channel and all the info and updates you provide. I hope this new bill does not go through. Us too. Triple digit texts. When my son's rare disease medicine cost $2,000 a month and insurance didn't want to cover it, we had a bill written in the state of Kansas requiring them. It took 18 months and lots of time to get it passed. Wow. Don't mess with a mom, right? Moms get shit done. So I'm glad that you did get it passed, but 18 months. Ugh, goodness. Susan H, I can't afford Lilly's price even reduced, right? It's crazy. Like, they're ridiculous.
Zach says, we'll see what FDA enforcement does. I mean, the thing about FDA enforcement is they've been shrinking the FDA. So the FDA does not have the resources to handle the work they already have.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how they think it's going to magically happen. It's,
In fact, do we want to talk about the OAC? Probably not. Do we want to talk about the OAC?
I mean, we can. So the Obesity Action Coalition and a number of other, the American Diabetes Association, a number of other big medical associations came out in support of this. In fact, the OAC's president, there's a number of articles where he's quoted in there saying this is all about safety. I don't believe for a minute this is about safety. If it were about safety, they would have added a bunch of other things. They would have actually added federal oversight. They could have made them report to the reporting database on safety. I mean, there's adverse events. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want to read that last one that was hanging out there and we didn't read?
Oh, what was it? I'm sorry. This one.
Lori SF says, hi guys, thanks for breaking news. Not sure if you discussed this, but could this possibly cause prices for compound to go up again? Nah, compound's not going up. Compound's only going to come down as the other prices come down, is my guess. I don't have any inside information.
I mean, I think if this were actually to happen, it would cause compounding to go away because they could only produce 20 and there's no way a company can run and produce 20 at a time.
I'd have to open my own hospital.
Yeah.
And only make compounded medications. Like somebody would get around it, right? Somebody would figure out the loophole of that hospital clause. the dude CHT. I finally got to get a mochi thermos and blue box in California. Wow, first time ever. All right. Yeah, so I use Mochi Health. Most of you that have watched us know this. And we're, so Mochi ships their little vials in a blue thermos, like you would drink water out of. And then they put it in a box and they ship it to you. And inside the blue thermos is the vials and some cold rods that you can put in your freezer and use over and over. And they're just super handy. They're much better than some of that big, bulky packaging you may have gotten from other places. So I'm glad to see that they are now servicing California with their blue boxes and mochi thermoses.
Crazy. Let's see here. Cat C Cow says, is everyone already confident they're not even going to be able to get health insurance in January? It's a lot of factors giving way.
Well,
there's a lot going on with all of that.
I signed up on the marketplace, and our insurance is going up in price.
$600 a month.
Yeah, it's you know, you have to put in different variables, and you price it out different ways, and you have to estimate a lot of personal things, and it's tricky, right? But I did sign up for the marketplace insurance. It does not cover any obesity medications, and you know, we'll be paying monthly, and then we'll still have to pay for doctor visits and prescriptions, and you know, it's what does it pay for? I started to call you Alexander. Christopher had to get a test this past weekend, and a cardiac test, and it didn't cover it. Like the doctor ordered it, wasn't covered, but you know, doctors ordered it. Yes, of course we went and got it done. I think it cost $125, which was annoying, but you know, what are you going to do? What does this insurance what does it cover? I mean, we go to the doctor, it's $50. I guess it covers most of that, but how's the pull-up challenge going? CC, pick up that guitar and talk to me. I'm just trying to divert attention from my pull-up challenge. So I have a goal to be able to do one unassisted pull-up, and Zach can do an unassisted pull-up because I saw him doing it. Yay, Zach! I can do it with a 30-pound assist. So I started like at a 50-pound assist, and I'm trying to go lighter and lighter and lighter, and have less and less help to help me pull up. There's a machine at my gym where I do this. And what I do is I do my cardio dance or my step aerobics or my bar class with weights in the exercise room. And then when it's done, I go directly to this one machine, and hopefully there's nobody on it. And I drop my stuff, and I try to do like a couple on, because I'm on 30, right? So I try to do a couple on 30. I had done one almost on 20, like before Thanksgiving, but I lost focus. So I do a couple on 30, and then I do a couple on a easier one, and then I try to do them this way, I try to do them this way, and then there's also a handle where you can go that way. And a lady came up to me, she saw me doing them, and then I was done, and then she came up and she goes, "Can you tell me how this machine works?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I'm showing her. She goes, I'm like, "Yeah, I have a goal to be able to do one pull-up unassisted." She goes, "Well, isn't a pull-up this way?" I said, "I don't know, chin up, pull up. I can do it. It's easiest for me to do this way. I think if I go this way, it's more of my back, and this way I can use more of my arms." My thumbnail is scary. What's thumbnail?
The thumbnail for the live. So yeah, Mark, it is scary, and we apologize for that. But it's the reality is there's a bill in Congress that could potentially dramatically limit or even shut down compounding. I'm not panicking at this point. Congress doesn't move very quickly. We'll see. Is it possible something happens? Yes. You guys should know about it. So there's all the details are at the beginning. I'd have to go back and do it. But it's two congressmen from the state of Indiana, Eli Lilly's home state. So imagine where that came from. So
I guess Eli Lilly figures if they can't sue the telehealths directly and shut that down that way, then they'll try to push it through with a bill.
if you're building strategy, you build a multi-pronged strategy. You go after them every way you can possibly think of. You have lawyers, you have...
They've got enough money.
Yeah.
They've got the money to grease the wheels, if you know what I mean. Strax 2749, shout out to the Downsized. Keep up the traction. All right. Well, thanks. That's cool. Giddy Doris 1. I may still buy compound 5 milligrams. It's not strong enough. And I tried 7.5 and it was too much. 6 is the perfect dose for me. And I can't get that from Lily. Great point, Doris. I mean, and that's the beauty of personalized dosing, right? You can't, with the brand names, you got to go with their doses. But when you're, pulling it out, your doctor can tell you, you can adjust that dosage with you. So, Sushi Fitness, how long does it last in the fridge unopened? Look at the bud date and that will tell you. I read it can last up to 24. I've never seen one 24 months. So when you get your, let's see if this one has it. This one came from Medvera Compounding Pharmacy. Does it say on here? It says, oh yeah.
It does. You probably can't see it.
It says discard, keep refrigerated, discard after 11/8/2025. So your medication will have a best used by date or a bud date or a used by this date. You should follow that. And I've seen bud dates from compounding pharmacies with very far in the future bud dates, like up to a year. And then I've seen them with as short as a 6-week window, which means you better use that one first. Yeah.
And the pens also have a
the pens have a long bud date. They're usually over a year.
This one says March 20.
I got my glasses, honey. Let me see.
The reflection's getting me there.
March 20, 2026. This has like
this one's been sitting here for a long time.
On the 20th of March, 2026, this will go bad. How do they know? It's like milk. How do they know when it goes bad? But they know about how long it'll last. So that's the answer. Look at the bud date. Becky Clark says, icing on the cake today. Received my Downsized hoodie.
Right, that's awesome.
Yay, Becky, I'm so happy. She's been waiting for that. So in our spring YouTube store, we have some items that say, Downsized on them that you can order. And Becky ordered one and it just took forever. Did it really take forever, Becky? Did it take about a week? Maybe 2 weeks?
Maybe 2 weeks.
Maybe 2 weeks. So thank you, Becky. We make a small commission on those, so we appreciate your support. Tams in Lewis, and we pay for their insurance while we can't afford insurance for, or
hard to say. Exactly.
Amanda Hall, I'm the same age as Laraine. I remember Karnak the magician. What is? Yeah, Johnny Carson, right? Brian Silver Health Quest. I've been able to get 3-month refills through Optum with no issues recently, so the shortage does seem to be over. I don't know Optum. Is that a compounding pharmacy or that's a
PBM? No, he has branded.
That's
branded. He's talking about
what's Optum?
It's PBM.
Oh, a pharmacy benefits manager. Gotcha.
Let's see here. Vera says, I wonder if they get rid of compounding, will they use it as an excuse to raise the price of Zepbound? I don't
whatever they want.
I don't believe that would happen, Vera. I believe that greed will drive the price to come down. Now think about that sentence, and it freaks people out when I say that, but right now price is artificially deflating the size of the market because there's only so many people that can afford it at $1,000 or $500 or whatever. But if you lowered the price to $200, $300, all of a sudden the pie gets bigger. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more people that can afford it. If you then layer in the president's proposal and say, oh, we can get it on Medicare and Medicaid, the pie gets even bigger and bigger. And that $1 trillion company has the opportunity to become a $2 trillion, a $3 trillion company.
I don't even know.
And that's what they want. They don't care about charging you another $500 on your individual prescription. They want 74% of America giving them their money.
Give me all your money, all you people. Yeah, it's crazy. Health at any cost. Hello, it is stupid that I'm thankful I have diabetes. Isn't that sad? Yeah, so a lot of times type 2 diabetics can get this medication covered. Mounjaro. Do I have a Mounjaro pen over here? I do. So Mounjaro is approved for type 2 diabetics, and Zepbound, same medicine, is approved for obesity. So if you have type 2 diabetes, a lot of times your insurance will cover Mounjaro and maybe not a weight loss version. So yeah. Yep. Amanda Hall says, I work for one of the biggest insurance companies in Texas and jokingly say they are the evil empire of the insurance company, but now I think it's Eli Lilly. Yeah, it's a lot of evil going around. Oh, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. MGF says, if they're concerned, then they should look into subsidizing or creating legislation that would lower the price of GLP-1s, not just for those who are qualified through their insurance, though for the rest. I mean, I think that's the whole thing, right? These senators aren't really concerned about patient safety. Seems to be something else is driving them, something else that may be located in Indiana. Mavis Brown 755 says, hey everyone, I was granted Zepbound for my sleep apnea. Yay! So Zepbound has also been approved for moderate to severe sleep apnea. So if that's you, if you're currently living with a CPAP machine, or talk to your doctor. You might be able to get it covered through your insurance that way. That'd be like winning the lottery. And it would help you in all kinds of ways.
Becky Clark, how safe is the compounded medication after the bud date? So this can be an issue for all.
How safe?
So the official answer to that is you should
use it by the bud date.
It by the bud date.
We don't really know.
I mean,
we've asked Condi Carmack this question.
Yeah.
Now he's a molecular biologist, and his opinion was that it just loses efficacy over time.
Potency, yeah.
Right. So, your 7.5 may not hit like 7.5 over time, right?
I think the reality is if it's a punctured vial.
If it's punctured vial, that's something different.
You should really use it within that 30 days after you puncture it, because the more times you puncture it, the more opportunities there is to introduce things in it. You're creating holes in it.
Yeah.
Particularly for you people who are split dosing, who are low dosing large vials. If you're getting 8, 10, 12 holes poked in it, it becomes a problem. Using it past the bud date isn't something that any doctor or scientist is going to officially recommend. I can tell you that. Have we ever done it? Yeah, we have.
I mean, but we're here to tell you the best practices and what is recommended. So people are grown-ups and they can.
Vera says, has Lilly responded to why they charge so much for Zepbound?
Sure, they're greedy.
No, that's not what they say.
The research that went into the development.
What Dave Ricks, the CEO of Lilly, talks about is that they live in an extremely expensive environment, and what they charge for it is dependent on a few things. First of all, they have a lot of research costs, as Laraine said, and they do have a lot of research costs. Second, FDA regulations, federal regulations require up until like last week, 3 rounds of full research on these drugs, which cost millions and millions of dollars. You also have to factor in that many of these drugs do not ever make it to market. So they're gambling on 20 drugs to get one to market. So you have to take all of that cost. They're building factories, they're doing marketing. So Lilly has all this stuff going on, and it's very expensive. It absolutely is. You also have the American healthcare system that's very complicated and adds cost at every point in the system. So when you start out with the manufacturer's actual cost and price, it gets increased when it goes to a distributor, because the distributor hauls it around in their refrigerated truck and they want to make $1, right? So they added a little bit of cost on it. It gets increased when it goes to the pharmacy because, well, CVS wants to get paid because their pharmacists handle it. So they add a little bit to it. It also gets price added to it because of the pharmacy benefit manager who has negotiated the rates and everything, and they're getting
And your
some
insurance
kind of
company.
percentage back. And
Mm-hmm.
it's very possible your insurance company is also getting some kind of piece back. So there's layers at every place. The whole system honestly needs to be revamped.
There's so many people making money on your box of medication, right?
So, but as you can tell from the $1 trillion Eli Lilly, they're making plenty of money.
Well, and then they created Lilly Direct so that they can just get all the profit, and you can just pay them directly, and insurance doesn't cover anything at Lilly Direct. You have to pay for all that yourself.
Well, and honestly, through Lilly Direct, they're able to cut that price because they don't have to pay for the other people in the mix. Right? They're cutting the other channels out. I suspect they're probably more profitable through Lilly Direct.
Does it cut it by $600? Does it cut it by $700? Like if the price started out at $1,000 and Lilly Direct gets down to $300, like is there really $700 of other people making money in that?
The former CEO of Novo Nordisk, who's no longer there, testified before Congress, I guess 2 years ago now.
Bernie questioned him, right?
Bernie questioned him, and he said that PBMs make 74 cents on every dollar of a prescription.
So yeah, I guess that would be that much.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. I just know what he said in front of Congress, so I assume he wasn't lying. But here's a more exciting one though. GT Logan George says on other news, my wife surprised me by asking if I would like to go on the Downsized cruise. Hell yeah, heck yeah, George.
Tell them about the Downsized cruise, honey. No, we'd love for you to join us. I'm so glad you're joining us, George, and your wife. So this past year in 2025, we love cruising. We organized a cruise called the Downsized Cruise specifically for people on a GLP-1. We got about 50 people to join us. It was a blast. We had a great time. We decided to do another one. So this year we're going to do our second Downsized Cruise. It's going to be June 4th through 8th on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas, going out of Miami. We're going to go to
Nassau and Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And it's a 4-night cruise. What else? What did I forget?
We'll be doing meet and greets. We'll have dinner together each night. There'll be line dancing. There'll be karaoke. We'll also have time for yourself. Honestly, I'm thinking we're going to film the news live.
Yeah, we did some
so we'll do some actual stuff like this live. We'll do a panel.
Yeah.
We'll do a bunch of kind of get to know you things. We've got some fun stuff planned. You'll get a swag bag and a t-shirt and a lanyard and all kinds of cool stuff.
If you'd like to sponsor the Downsized Cruise, send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. If you'd like to sign up for the Downsized Cruise, you can go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab, and you'll see all the information for our travel. What is it? What are they called?
Advisor agent.
Travel agents, Kelly and Roberta. You can give them a call and they can price that out for you. We tried to find the best priced cruise that we could for an event such as this.
Miggy Spencer says, remember Medicare rolls out as pilot programs, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. Thank you. You told me this with CMS. Yeah, but our challenge is we don't know what that pilot program means, right? So they haven't released how big that's going to be, who's eligible, how do you get there? There's just a lot of unknown there. So who knows?
Mavis Brown, I get my Zepbound with $0 copay with my Medicare Medicaid dual complete. Hot dang, girl. I'd fill that thing every 28 days like clockwork. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Marcy says this Congress ends December of 2026. They have another year.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Marcy. This Congress ends in December of 2026. Okay, good to know. GLP for all. Yep. Thanks, Zach. We want everyone to have access to this medication. We want everyone that wants it and that their doctor can prescribe it for them to have, be able to afford it. This is life changing. Like it's changed our lives. I know I've talked to a lot of you guys out there. It's changed your lives. Health. So it's just incredible. I can't say enough good things about what these medications can do. They're good for cardiac disease, for sleep apnea, for obesity, for type 2 diabetes. It reduces inflammation. It does all kinds of things that we're really just starting to learn about.
All right, there's 435 of you out there. Hello, everybody. 203 likes. Thank you. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 40,000 by the end of the year, which would be an awesome accomplishment.
How many do we have now? Like 30, almost 35?
Oh,
We're going to get to 40 in the next 10, 20 days.
it's a stretch goal. It
All
is
right,
a stretch goal.
everybody out there, please hit a minute and just hit the subscribe button, and you'll get,
We have
you'll see us more often in your feed.
34,353 right now. I think we can get to 40,000 by the end of the year. It's a stretch. We probably cannot, but it's the goal.
Everyone out there could hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. That'd be great. We'd appreciate that.
One of the YouTubers I follow, who's a cruise YouTuber, Tony from La Lita Loca, for the longest time, he would say his stretch goal is 8 million.
That's quite a stretch.
He's got like 300,000 now, so he's not doing too bad. But he didn't make it 8 million.
Oh, it's all relative, right? No, but thank you for liking and subscribing. Where is JoJo? That's a great question, Nora Wasson. Where is JoJo? JoJo. I let her out right at 5. She had been basically in the house all day because it's cold, and she goes out and she shakes her little paws and says, no, no, no. And she turns around, comes back in, and goes for a little nap. About 5 o'clock, she wanted out. I let her out. I don't know if she's come back in. The girls are downstairs. Our girls are home from college, so they're down there. So hopefully they're corralling JoJo.
Dr. Payne Nestor says favorable big pharma legislation while healthcare costs skyrocket and premiums increase seems like a bad idea to me. It seems like a bad idea to me too.
Yep. Thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you. If you want to see our interview with Dr. Payne Nestor, she's fantastic. You can go look in our Downsized Dish series for that. So every week I talk to real people like you and like me and like Christopher who have lost weight on GLP-1 medication. So if you'd like to be on the Downsized Dish, you can go to our website, thedownsized.org, and fill out the application form there.
Crazy.
Thank you, Dr. Payne Nestor.
Linda Hoke says, who's a member? Thank you for being a member, Linda. I hope you're right about it taking a long time to get through Congress. My opinion is that elected officials of both parties are more than willing to do whatever corporations and corporate donors want. I don't disagree with you there, Linda. I just think they're slow and they don't like to work. So it doesn't, they're on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, corporate donors have deep pockets, right? So
I don't disagree with you on that.
Becky Clark says, yes, Zepbound medication is the only FDA-approved GLP-1 medication for sleep apnea treatment. Definitely. K-Bird says the FDA has been gutted. Yeah, just look at how many more food recalls have skyrocketed in the last 10 months. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. About 3,500 FDA jobs eliminated this year. Wow. I mean, how many people work in the FDA if they eliminated 3,500? I thought you were doing... somebody brought up the Mochi thermos, and do you have that set up that we could do a giveaway?
I could, yeah.
You want to do a giveaway? Let me go. Oh, I got to go
you
get
talk
them.
to them for a second.
Oh, all right. So I've been using Mochi. It'll be 2 years in February, and a lot of their compounding pharmacies send you a blue thermos with your medication in it. I described one earlier. Some other pharmacies like Empower ship in big styrofoam coolers, and that's not as environmentally friendly. But now I tend to have like a lot of these Mochi thermoses, and I have given some away on our channel. I haven't in a while, so we can definitely do a Mochi thermos giveaway. So Christopher's setting up that tool right now, and when he's got it set up, what we'll do is we'll give you a word to put in the chat, and this tool that we use, this giveaway tool, will randomly select one of you who has put this word in the chat. Now, we're doing this live on Wednesday, December 10th, and if you're watching a replay of this later, sorry, it's not going to work. But we always get people who watch the replay later and write the giveaway. I'm like, girl, you missed it. So hang with us for just a second. We're going to thermos. Do people know how to spell thermos? Do I know how to spell thermos?
Well, that's what it is.
Hashtag thermos. Okay, so you are going to want to put in the comments hashtag thermos. Hashtag, that's the bill.
So
Hashtag THERMOS. So if you want to win a blue mochi thermos, put that in the chat. Oh, got 1 entry, got 3 entries. All right, I'm going to go get some, and then you keep talking, Christopher.
I'll keep talking. Here we go. I'm getting this up here.
Yeah.
There we go. Keep talking. Keep talking. Yeah, so put it in, then you can win a thermos. Anthony says, I like the blue mochi thermos, but the giant power boxes make it feel like
Let's
Christmas.
fucking say,
LOL. That's funny. Let's see here. Rose MBB says, if you have CVS Caremark, have your doctor keep fighting to get your tirzepatide. They wouldn't give me my, I assume that's what it is. Chameleon says, I just emailed both senators and health representatives regarding this bill. If we all do this, our voices will be heard. Thank you for bringing this up so we can fight for this life-saving drug. Absolutely, Chameleon. Josie says, I would love a mochi thermos. Empower doesn't send them.
Empower doesn't send them. I do like Empower's speediness of delivery, but they don't use these. So put hashtag thermos. This is what it looks like. Oh, Mike had that heart test and insurance didn't cover it.
Yeah, I don't think any insurance covers is what my doctor said.
Why wouldn't they? Isn't that important? So it's food safe. My friend Sandy uses this as a travel container. So she freezes the blue rods that come with them, and then she puts, you got the little vial on, and then and I've also washed these and just use them as a travel water because this is really hard to take through the airport. But this fits in my backpack water sleeve. So you can use it for that too. All right. So I've got 2 of them to give away. And if we pick your name, you're going to have to email me your address. So know that going in. Okay. Ready?
As ready as I'm ever going to be. We'll do the first drawing, and then we'll wait a few minutes, and we'll do the second drawing. If you've entered in the first drawing, you will also be entered in the second drawing, so you don't have to.
So let's draw.
Here we go.
Do 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 do. Maggie Linton 4690. You are the winner of this blue mochi thermos. So send me your email. Let me write down her name. Maggie Linton 4690. Send me your email. Email me your address. You can email me at Laraine@thedownsized.org. You have to spell my name right or I won't get the email. LARAINE @thedownsized.org. Okay, cool. Congratulations to Maggie.
All right, so you have a few more minutes to draw again, and when I hit the draw again, it'll do the magic thing again. So you enter. Magic. All right. Let's see here. Lori says, FYI, YouTube just sent me my year-end wrap-up, and Downsized was my ¡1 viewed channel. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. People have been sending us that. I'm so happy that so many of you watch us, and we're on the top of your list and your YouTube.
Yeah, cool.
I pulled up mine, and I guess being in the videos is a lot different than watching the videos. So anyway, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
It wasn't even in my top 10, I don't think, because I don't.
Well,
I see them all. I don't need to watch them on the channel.
Right. And Christopher sits at his desk, and he just has YouTube on kind of all day long in the background. Mm-hmm. So he's watching all kinds of cruise channels and GLP-1 channels and all kinds of stuff.
Channels. I like watch channels.
Yes.
And YouTube, like tech channels, I like too.
Yeah. The newest box of Zep in the fridge has bud date of June 2027. That's great, right? Hopefully you'll use it before then, I'm sure. Barbary one. It's on my primary today to update, renew my 2026 prior authorization with insurance Medicare for Zepbound, which I did have this year based on heart issues. Praying it goes through again. Yep, good luck. Stay on that, right? It's just, it's hard to say.
Yep. All right. There's 69 of you out there who have entered. We're going to hit the draw again. So make it quick. Type in #thermos.
If they spell it wrong, will it go?
Nope.
THERMOS. Hashtag lower.
There it goes.
And we're off. I take that down. So the winner is, it'd be funny if Mindy won, Traveling T11. Traveling T11. All right, cool. Send me your address to Laraine at thedownsized.org, LARAINE at thedownsized.org. And I'll get these out to y'all. I'll get them out hopefully by the end of the week. Hey, Aida, my GLP-1 daily. Off topic, thinking about you being cold. Will be in Fairfax for Christmas, and I'm not sure if I need thermals. Fairfax, Virginia, I guess. What do you recommend for this Florida girl? I've never had this problem before. You know what? You ever heard of a store called Uniqlo? I'm not sponsored by Uniqlo. I love the Uniqlo Heat Tech line. So they have like long sleeve knit tops, long legging type pants. It really, when we lived in Omaha, Nebraska, I had several of these items, and they're not cheap, but they work. They're like Japanese, very technical fabric. I think they have Uniqlos in Florida, don't they? They also have online.
Nancy says, question, is everyone here on compounded GLP-1?
No.
No, I mean, I don't even know that half are on compounded GLP-1s.
Yeah, we accept all.
Yeah,
all viewers are welcome here.
Some Zepbound, some Mounjaro, some Ozempic, some Wegovy.
Yeah.
There's even a few liraglutides out there. We've done a couple of interviews with
Victoza, yeah. Rybelsus, the older ones.
Like I said, I just went to the doctor and got a refill on a prescription for Zepbound, and we use compounded primarily. So
why does it have that?
Because that's always delayed.
Oh, when did we have? Oh, you were just flipping through it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what we want to really tell everybody is put it through your insurance first. See if your insurance will cover it. If your insurance will cover it, congratulations, you've won the GLP-1 lottery. Literally.
Honestly, take whichever one your insurance will cover.
Yeah, if you get covered for Wegovy and not Zepbound, go with the one that's covered, at least at first, and then, maybe ask your doctor about going around from there. But, our insurance covers no weight loss medication. So we do not have coverage. So that is why I'm with Compounded. We're with Compounded. But my doctor, can you make that bigger? I have trouble reading that. Hey, Kate, but my doctor is going to have me do 12.5. That's not bigger. Maybe the whole picture.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it still looked like that.
Because I'm still, okay, there we go. My doctor is going to have me do 1.25. Oh, see there? I couldn't even see that. Because I'm still losing on the 2.5 milligram dose in maintenance. Okay. Seems like you're very sensitive to the medication, right? I've heard that. I've heard people say that. Just like some people can lose on a very low dose, some people don't lose until they get to the top dose. So when you get to maintenance and you're still losing on 2.5 and you're not trying to, also, Kate, are you eating enough? That would be my first question. Are you getting all your protein in? But if, another lever you can push is to take down that medication dose. Now, there is no such thing as a 1.25 Zepbound dose,
Not
right?
today.
The lowest dose it goes to right now is 2.5. So on Compounded, you have a little bit more flexibility. Your doctor can adjust your dose. Or if you were using
vials, theoretically, you could split the Lilly vials. You're not supposed to.
No, you cannot. No, don't do. No, they don't have preservatives. The Lilly vials don't have preservatives in them. You should not
Sydney
split them.
says, I suspect there were some backroom deals being cut when Lilly agreed to cutting their prices on GLP-1s. This proposed legislation is clearly part of that. I think it's easy to make that assumption. We don't have any actual information, so I don't know. Maybe not.
Thanks for being a member. Travis says, Zepbound here. Tried compounding for 3 months, worked fine, but I just prefer the name brand. I feel safer. No offense to anyone. None taken. You know what? You have to make the decision that works best for you personally, financially, all the things. So I was interviewing a lady today who said, yeah, I decided to go with the name brand because I felt it was safer. And then I got appendicitis. And then I said, screw it, I'm going to compound. And she even reported to Lilly that she had appendicitis, and they put it, I guess, in their adverse events. But you really don't know if one caused the other or they just happened at the same time. So, people have that, that want of having the name brand. And, I can't fault you for it, but I can't pay $650 times, our household.
$1,100 it was when we started.
How do you avoid sagging skin and losing weight? Well, you really can't. If you're losing a great deal of weight, muscle building, eat your protein, do resistance training, lift some weights. That will all help. I mean, I've got saggy parts. I think we all have saggy parts. I'm also 56 years old, so
yeah, and a good portion of is dependent upon your age, how you've taken care of your skin and stuff. So, if you worked outside and got a lot of sun, there's a lot of things that happen to skin. So, your genetics. So some of those things, although there are strategies to minimize it, you can't actually avoid it or stop it.
And I mean, if you lost a great deal of weight, I don't know, 100 pounds or more, most of the people with that big of weight loss are going to have some sagging skin. And, I was at the dermatologist, I think last year, and I showed her my stomach. I said, is there any cream you can prescribe that would help this? And she's like, no. I'm like, all right. She's like, you could have surgery on it. And I'm like, all right. But, I still moisturize. I still exfoliate. I still think that helps somewhat. You want to keep that blood flowing. And yeah, you know what? It's all good. Line dancing to karaoke. Sign me up. Okay, Nora Watson, come on the Downsized cruise. Yeah. Joe Rosal says, I'm back with Zepbound through Lilly Direct. I'm saving $100 on 5 milligrams. Yeah, because the Lilly Direct can be a lower price for you if your insurance doesn't cover it and you're paying out of pocket anyway. The Lilly Direct vials are cheaper than the auto-injector pens. Now, if you have insurance that covers it, then you do what your insurance will cover and give you the best price. But yeah. IB Cruisin says, information I learned from this channel helps me help others. Best one is my pastor hit the lottery for her sleep apnea issue. I am thankful for the Downsized. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's like divine intervention, right? No, that's great. I'm always glad to hear people getting these medications covered for any reason.
Yeah, thank you for being a member as well. Piggy says, did you see any of the news where cats are getting GLP-1s now? We actually included it in the news.
Not this Monday, but
2
the Monday
weeks
before.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an implantable GLP-1, not technically Ozempic, but a GLP-1. It's interesting because we had a few of our viewers comment that they had multiple cats who were eating and got theoretically the same thing, and one of their cats was significantly larger and all that. I mean,
it's hard to say, right?
I know what has happened in the last 5 to 10 years where pets have shifted from being a pet to a part of the family, this sort of humanization of pets with food and clothing and everything else. So there's pet parents now, and all of that has dramatically changed everything. We love our
mean,
JoJo. If JoJo needed something, then I would certainly complain
I wonder
about
how
it, but
much
we
it would
do it.
cost.
We would do
I wonder
it.
how much it
Yeah.
would cost. And yeah, I mean, how overweight would your cat have to, like, what? Anyway, I have a lot of questions, but it just kind of seems, it's not something I don't think my cat would need, but maybe some cats out there could benefit from that. K-Bird says, the ironic thing is that all pharmacies were compounding pharmacies in the U.S., then corporations took over. Back in the olden days.
And before even all the corporations is certainly a huge piece of it, really before mass manufacturing of medication.
Yeah.
It just didn't exist.
Right. So the pharmacists had to mix up
Right.
with this,
You walked in and they
stuff.
mixed the formula. I mean, that's where both Pepsi and Coke came from as well. There were pharmacists who mixed up a digestive for you. And
yeah. I have a story about my grandfather was offered the Pepsi franchise in Norfolk, Virginia, and he turned it down because he said that stuff's never going to last.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah. I don't have that entrepreneurial spirit, but I mean, he kept opening businesses that failed. He just kept opening the wrong ones, I guess. Tiger Eyes 11 says, yeah, catching y'all live while I'm at the gym. Hello. Hey, Tiger Eyes. Jamie, the crazy YouTuber, I was approved for Mounjaro through Medicare with a sleep apnea diagnosis. Awesome. I'm on my 3rd week and lost 13 pounds. Yay. What are you writing down?
Just a note for myself.
All right. Yeah, that's awesome. So you got it. Now, usually Zepbound goes with the sleep apnea diagnosis, but if you're losing weight, then I would not question it because it's the same medicine, right? It's the same medicine. Mounjaro and Zepbound are both tirzepatide. They're just marketed differently for different indications.
I'm scrolling through the thermoses, sorry. That's the only problem with doing those giveaways.
Hashtag thermos.
I get, 1,000.
Is Mochi still offering, thanks, Darian. Is Mochi still offering the 16.6 doses? Not for me with the pharmacies that I have access to.
But some of them are.
Some of them are. We have gotten 16.6 milligram dose vials in the past through Mochi. I don't think Empower is doing them right now. I don't think Medivera is doing them right now. Those are the main ones that we've been shipped from. And actually, I can go in and pick my pharmacy. I pick what I want, compounded tirzepatide. I pick my dose, and then I pick what pharmacy I want it to come from. And then I can also see what additives that pharmacy is putting it with. So, for example, I interviewed a lady who told me that she had a big problem with fatigue, and her provider suggested that putting was it B12, B6 or B12, I forget which one it was, into her compounded. So she went with a compounding pharmacy that could make that combination for her. So, that's where, the personalization can be helpful. The 16.6 milligram dose is another example of a personalized dose. When Christopher took the 16.6, it gave you a little bump, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he could tell it was more. And that was when he was in the whole weight loss kind of phase, not the maintenance phase.
So I tell people I'm on 15 and I'm not going down. I have gone down from 16.6. So.
Well, I guess.
A little bit.
I guess. I mean, I guess you, well.
Ready68 says I get Zepbound through regular Medicare, cost $521 a month until I hit my catastrophic limit of 2,000, then it's free. Averages out to $166 a month. We'll have to go to compounded when I'm in maintenance. So Reddy, talk to your doctor because your diagnosis should continue to carry your original BMI. So I would suspect it doesn't. Maybe you have sleep apnea, maybe you have something else, but it's pretty hard to get Medicare to pay for just weight loss. And in fact, it's typically they can't do that.
Well, but let's talk about the limit, because a lot of people have a out-of-pocket limit on medications. We don't. I think ours is like $15,000 or something, catastrophic level like that. But if you look at your plan, because maybe your plan is like Reddy's, and you have when you hit a certain amount, when you've spent a certain amount of money, then everything after that is either covered more or covered completely. We've had plans like that in the past when you worked for other companies.
But
check your
they should continue
coverage.
to use your original BMI for your diagnosis so that it continues through. It's just like with diabetes, they're using that person always has diabetes. It's just in remission. It doesn't magically go away. Elizabeth says, can we do a Fairlife protein shake giveaway?
I don't have any Fairlife protein shakes.
No.
I've got some BioCare packets that I don't have any unopened boxes, but I have some BioCare packets. I have some BioCare bars. What else? I don't really have anything else to give away. We'll do another giveaway next week, so stay tuned. Anthony says, Elizabeth Petrie, I would join that. Can't get enough protein. So expensive. I don't know what that means. Maybe they're doing a protein kind of club.
He's talking about the giveaway. The girl said, can you give away Fairlife milk?
Oh, okay.
Or Fairlife shakes.
Yeah. I don't really buy those because I just find they're so expensive, and I can get other ones that I like just as well for cheaper. So that's just me. But they are tasty. They are tasty. We found at Aldi the other day ultra filtered milk, high protein milk in the chocolate flavor. And that was delicious. Did we talk about this on our weekly weigh-in? We talked about it last night. I believe
we did.
I don't want to talk about it again.
I don't remember.
Anyway, it was great. We used the Ninja Creamy to make high protein shake into ice cream. So it was great for that. Yeah, look at Aldi for some good protein alternatives.
Sorry, I have 1,000 thermoses here.
1,000 thermoses on the wall. Oh, Carrie has a super chat.
Oh, well, let's go there.
Oh, thanks, Carrie. All right, thank you for that super chat of $9.99. She says, hello, I get my 16.6 from Mochi through Red Rock. Okay, so Red Rock is the one who does the 16.6. And it could be
state dependent too. It doesn't mean that all.
Yeah.
There's.
We used to get from Red Rock. They're not on my list to pick from which to pick anymore. I don't know why.
So let's see here. Thermos. Thermos, yay, Maggie. Thermos. Congratulations to the winners.
Yeah. But thanks, you guys, for entering and thanks for, was it Gwen who reminded me? Yeah, thanks, Gwen, for reminding me. I ran down to the downstairs cabinet to see how many were down there. I'm like, oh yeah, let's give some of these away. DJ Flat says, started with compounded tirzepatide, went to Zepbound and got tired of backing Lilly, so I went back to compounded. Only noticeable difference is the dollars. That's what Christopher says. He went from compounded to branded to back to compound. Do you mean Uniglow? Unilow? I thought it was pronounced like Unique Low.
He's being funny.
Is he being funny?
That's why I wrote LOL.
LOL. Uniglow. Unique Low?
Uniglow.
Yes. I say Uniglow, but that's what I'm talking about, Anthony. There's a puffer jacket I put on my Christmas wish list, a packable puffer jacket that I thought would be good for travel. I like the Uniglow.
Elizabeth Petrie says, question. So my husband and I both have sleep apnea, no diabetes. I was approved for Zepbound, $24, and he was approved for Mounjaro, $0. Did they screw up the codes? So technically, here's the thing. If you're getting it for $24, I would not ruffle any feathers. I would just get it for $24 and don't worry about it.
They like him better than you, obviously.
But technically, Zepbound's the only one that's approved for sleep apnea. Mounjaro is not. Mounjaro is approved for diabetes. How they wrote the diagnoses and the codes and all that. Your challenge is, I mean, you could go back and fight and see if you could get it for $0, but you also might get it denied. And then
I would not rock this boat.
There's $24 is winning the lottery.
$24 is, not a big deal. I don't know why, because you both have the same insurance, I would assume, right? Like, why would that be? Somebody coded something differently for sure, but who knows? Carlon C8S. I'm on my 3rd week of Zepbound. All right, trying to get the protein and fiber in. Today I got 83 grams of protein and 23 grams of fiber. Not sure I'm doing all this correct. Down 11 pounds. Well, you know what? Welcome to the Downsized. I think you're doing everything just fine. So usually when you are in those first few weeks, you're just not able to eat a lot of food. So if you're getting 83 grams of protein in, you're probably getting close to your target. I don't know if you're the male or the female in this picture. Generally, males need a little bit more than 83. It's probably around 100 to 150. There's a lot of protein calculators online. You can go and calculate your protein targets. Personally, I try to get between 80 and 100. But I'm working on that. I think it really should be closer to 120, but I'm in maintenance. So 23 grams of fiber is a good amount of fiber, and I think that's great. And I think you're doing fine. You're losing weight. You're working it out. So,
and there's no absolute correct way to do it. The only absolute is take your shot.
Right.
Take your shot. Drink your water. Eat your protein.
Everybody take a big sip of water.
And side effects, just manage to whatever you have. It's there. Although you will see people online want to complicate the heck out of this, you don't have to. You don't.
Well, and I'm really, I appreciate people saying this is a tool. It's one thing, you also have to look at your diet and your exercise and your water and your fiber and all the things, right? But people have to start where they are. Like you have to take kind of baby steps. Nobody can do everything all at once on the first day. So give yourself some time. Give yourself 90 days. It's a Q. Uniqlo, not a G. Maybe I've never heard it pronounced before. we just walk in and we're like, this stuff is cool and it's from Japan. But Mindy knows Japan because her husband's Japanese and she was a Japanese exchange student.
And Mindy's fluent in Japanese.
Thank you, Mindy. Anthony is right. It's a Q as in Uniqlo. How am I saying? How are you saying?
You say it's not glow.
It's not glow.
Uniqlo.
Say it slower.
It doesn't matter. Move on.
Thank you, Mindy, for your super chat.
Things that don't
we are
matter
not sponsored
for
by Glow. I just say Glow. Sorry. I think the sweater that I'm wearing is actually from there. I think I got it there. No, wait, this is from Primark. Never mind. But I do have some wool sweaters that I really like from that store that starts with the U. Kate says, I have Nat 90% convinced to go on the cruise. All right. Last part is her double checking dates to make sure she doesn't have a conflict. That's your daughter, right? Awesome. We'd love to have you, Kate. I'm sure you'd have a great time. And so would she.
Yeah.
Anthony says, what did you guys say about the OAC and compounding before? They are against compounding. I swear there was a news story a month ago saying they were against compounding, which surprised me. Do you think they're with Big Pharma? Yes and yes.
I wouldn't say with Big Pharma.
They're sponsored by.
Well, what I would tell you is they're a trade association.
Right. Well, they're a member organization too.
Call it what you will. Their funding comes from the industry.
Right.
Okay, which means when you walk into any of their things, Lily, Novo, Viking, the whole list of characters is what's paying for all of that to happen. So
yeah,
I think we met the president, we met the team there. They were very nice. They were very open to having a whole crowd of social media and TikTok and YouTube folks there who were all very pro compounds. We were there. Right. Dave Knapp was there. Sabina
asked a question too. They were taking questions from the audience at their conference, and I forget what the exact question was, but it was asking one of the Novo Nordisk executives about compounding medication, or I forget exactly. Somebody here, Zach, maybe remembers exactly. And they really did not want to talk about compounding medication. So I understand doctors cannot, local doctors can't support compounding if they don't know the compounding pharmacy. Like they don't know it. It's regulated by the states. They're not regulated by the FDA. Doctors can't, stake their reputation on something they don't know.
I don't buy that argument either. Our doctors have written prescriptions to compounding pharmacies.
To Neil's Compounding Pharmacy in Huntersville, North Carolina, for when our daughter needed to take a medication without a red dye number 6 or something like that.
But they can't take the 5 minutes to investigate and find out Empower's the largest one in the country.
They just don't. They don't want to, and they're not in business.
Well, here's Lori. She says my little chunky monkey could use some GLP-1 in her life. I assume that's a cat.
Yeah, but back to the OAC question. They're very anti-compounding, which is unfortunate. Maybe at some point in the future that'll change, but Lilly was their biggest sponsor at their conference, Lilly, and then Novo Nordisk. So, what are they going to say? Raylin Gu. Hello, longtime listener and follower. Hope to see everybody on the cruise. All right, may I ask, is anyone who is receiving coverage for sleep apnea under Caremark? So Caremark dropped Zepbound from their formulary. Did I say that right?
For obesity. Though.
For obesity. Sleep apnea. Does Caremark still cover sleep apnea?
Well, so the challenge of this conversation is Caremark is a PBM, and the PBMs in their standard formulary have decided not to cover GLP-1 Zepbound for obesity, and it's Wegovy now. But depending on who you work for, they have the opportunity to not take the standard formulary and say, well, I'm big company Z,
it does vary by company.
and I want to pick my own formulary, or can you add this or that? So it's not even a universal rule across all of Caremark. You really need to work with your employer and see if you can't, if you're brave enough to go walk into HR and go, hey guys, help me out here. I need my Zepbound. Yeah. Well, I mean, Caremark did strike a deal with Novo Nordisk, and that's why that happened. And that's their standard formulary too. And there's a lot of companies that are not using that. Virginia Olson, how do we pick the pharmacy? I've requested one with my provider, but it doesn't happen. So when I'm in my Mochi portal, I have a drop-down menu when I go to reorder. So, the first time you probably aren't going to see this, but I think you've been with them for a while, but I say I want to reorder, I want tirzepatide, I pick my dosage, and then I get a drop-down menu of different compounding pharmacies I can pick from. If you're not seeing that, ask your provider why you're not seeing that. Ask the customer service at Mochi why you're not seeing that, because I think they have rolled that out to all their customers. So maybe go to customer service first and ask that. If there's a particular pharmacy that you want, message your provider and ask them if you can, get shipped from that pharmacy. After I request the medication, I pick the one I want. It goes to the provider. The provider has to approve it, and then he sends it to the compounding pharmacy. And the compounding pharmacy holds it till they get ready to fill it, and then they fill it and they ship it to me. So, Evelyn says, I would love if my insurance would allow me to buy direct from Eli Lilly and reimburse. Seems it would save the insurance a lot of money. Evelyn, that's a nice idea. It would not save them a lot of money because they're not paying the $4.99 or whatever. They're paying less than the cash price. So they have negotiated probably $200 or some other price, and then we'll never know. And then the PBM is keeping a portion of it. Your insurance is keeping a portion of it. So what they're actually paying is significantly less than what you're paying. Belinda Creel, all they have to do is bring down the price. Exactly. Why then they just pay lobbyists to do their bidding in getting a law in the books for Big Pharma? I don't even know if there's lobbyists involved in this. They might have come straight to the... there's lobbyists. Yeah, I don't know. Grant Campbell. Hey, thanks for being a member, Grant. Good evening. Getting ready to take my wife for skin removal surgery tomorrow. She's lost 140 pounds. Well, we haven't seen your wife on here, Grant. Tell her hello and make sure she's okay. Awesome. That's going to be
life-changing for her. Good for her.
I think Grant's coming on the cruise too.
I think hopefully he's bringing his wife,
Yeah.
so we'll get to meet her too. Wood Kirky, hey guy, tomorrow is my wife and my 2-year shot anniversary from the first shot, down at 155 as a couple. Similar to us. Life-changing. We are living our downsized life.
You should both come and do an interview, Wood Kirky. Come on, get your wife.
Did we interview him once a long time ago?
Mm-mm.
Didn't we?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'd love to.
You know what I also meant to do? I also meant to give Grant some confetti. And
yeah.
I forgot for his wife.
Yeah. So I've done some downsized dish interviews with people who have had skin removal surgery, like Lynn Becker, like Cinnamon. You could search those names if you wanted to hear them talk about that process. Cinnamon got hers covered through insurance by carefully documenting every rash, taking pictures, sending them in to her doctor and through the MyChart. It's not easy to get these kinds of things covered by insurance, but people have been able to do it. Carrie says, do the compounding pharmacies still give out the thermoses for mochi? Yes.
But it's not all pharmacies. It's only some of them.
Only some of them. I don't get one from Red Rocks. Well, somebody here just said that they got one out of California. Who was it that just... Anyway, you don't get one.
No, they said they got 16.6. I think it was Carrie told us she got 16.6.
Somebody said they got a blue... I don't remember.
I think she said she got 16.6.
No, I think there was another person, though. Anyway.
Maybe.
I don't know if I don't get Red Rocks anymore, so I don't know
right
if...
There, Carrie said up there, hello, I'm getting 16.6 from Mochi through Red Rock.
I know it was a different comment, but yeah, it was way back. But let's look at the super chat from Sandy Murphy. Sandy Murphy, thank you for your super chat of $9.99. Has anyone had nausea during maintenance? I felt nauseous just yesterday, actually. I don't know why. I feel it more now than when I was losing. I was wondering if my dose is too high now that I have lost weight, maybe. I see doctor on Friday. Yeah, absolutely. Ask your doctor. You could definitely go down in dose and see if that helps. Possibly. I felt nauseous. You ever feel nauseous? You don't ever feel nauseous. I definitely talk to your doctor about it. And try going down in dose. You could always go back up if it doesn't work. What compound company do you recommend? Mochi Health.
I mean, Mochi soup we've pretty much always used.
Yeah, I've been with Mochi. It'll be 2 years in February. So if you'd like to, you can use my code. It's in the description. My code is QIYG, the letter O, and 8. And if you use my code, you save $40 on your first order. So I get compounded tirzepatide through them. It's $199 a month, and then they charge a $79 membership fee, which covers your doctor visits and nutritionist visits if you choose to meet with the nutritionist.
And somebody asked a little while ago, so the code thing, every patient gets a code.
You get a code.
So you get a code. So if you want to get your code and then tell all your friends about it and they use your code, you will get discounted medication.
Yeah, everybody gets a code. So so definitely.
And you can stack the code. So if you got 2 people to use it. No, you can't. You can use multiple. If you get 40, you can use 40 twice, right? Each month. If you had 6 people sign up, right?
You can only use the code. You can only use my code one time.
Right, but the $40 that you get for doing it. Huh? As a patient, if I give my code out,
right, as
and somebody uses it,
and they do,
I get $40 towards my next purchase, correct?
I do get a credit.
And I can use multiple credits towards my next purchase,
I can use 4 credits per month.
Yeah. So I could use up to $160 off per month if I had my friends use my code, correct?
Yeah, that's how it works.
You see how the math works there.
Yeah, you can't get your medication for free, but yeah. So once you start with Mochi, you'll have a code. It's under the billing tab in the portal, and your friends start asking you, hey, what you doing? Say, hey, go to this place, use my code. They're awesome. And you too can get some money off. I save $40, you save $40. So that's how it works.
Sheila says, where's the cruise and when? The cruise is out of Miami, Florida. It will go to Nassau, Bahamas, and their private island of Coco Cay. It's a 4-night cruise on Royal Caribbean Freedom of the Seas, June 4th through the 8th,
2026. You can go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab, and check out all the details. Also on our website, we have an Amazon tab. We have a GLP-1 store with things that we like, we recommend. Christopher did a video the other day with products he wished he had, or things he wished he had at the beginning of his GLP-1 journey. Things like, a Ninja Creamy to make high protein ice cream out of protein shakes, Vitamix, so we've put some of those things in the Amazon store too. We do love our Ninja Creamy.
I do.
Miss L. Russ. Hello, Downsized family. Thank you, Chris and Laraine, for giving so much of your lives to helping us along our journey down 120 pounds. Wow, your channel has been a huge help. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate your comment. Thank you. Congratulations. That's a lot. That is a lot.
Joe says, I just heard Dr. Spencer Dendowski. We know Spencer well. He's been on the channel. Laraine has a crush on him.
I am his biggest fan.
Questioning the use of compounding GLP-1 due to the lack of research proving FCF dosing for pharmacy. This is confusing. Yeah. It's not confusing. I mean, you are rarely ever going to see a doctor recommend compounding medication.
Not.
They're just not. Spencer's a good guy and he's a great doctor. He has a good company.
He posts a lot on social media and he's fighting the haters of GLP-1s every day. So, I mean, he is very pro GLP-1. He has a company called Vineyard where he counsels patients and they prescribe name brand medications. They just don't prescribe to compounding pharmacies. And that's their choice, right? He's a doctor. He doesn't have time to go and vet all these different pharmacies and he doesn't want to do that. He's going to prescribe that. And if your insurance, if you can't get it through your insurance, then, maybe he's not the place for you to go. Maggie Gilmer. Hi, so excited to join a live chat for the first time. Yay, Maggie Gilmer. Julia 5049 just started last Saturday, approved until June, paying $30. Girl, fill that thing every 28 days like clockwork or sooner. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome. You won the lottery on that one.
Let's see where we were.
Anthony says, do you guys know the Grinch? Yes, I haven't had McDonald's in months, but their new Grinch meal is whispering to me it comes with colorful socks. Ha, ha, ha. So our daughter came home from college yesterday. She's sitting on the couch, and I'm like, what is on your socks? And she goes, Mom, they're my Grinch socks from McDonald's. I got the Grinch meal. Yeah, I haven't had one. I occasionally, if we're out and about on the run or whatever, I'll get a McDonald's Happy Meal cheeseburger meal because it comes with this little tiny portion of French fries, which is perfect, right? You get like 10 French fries.
Might not even be 10.
And a little cheeseburger and the little packet of apples. And I get a Diet Coke with it. I think you can get a bottle of water with it if you want.
You can get fruit with it,
yeah. And the Grinch meal has the pickle salt. Oh, here's Lynn Becker. I conjured you up, Lynn. Great being here this evening. It's been quite a while since I've had a chance to be able to join in during the live. Did you hear me mention your name, Lynn? Because I was telling people we did an interview with Lynn, and she talked about her skin removal surgery. So you guys can check that out.
Oh.
Lynn looks amazing. She went on the cruise with us last time. Thanks for joining, Lynn. What?
Dude said he told you that.
I got Red Rock until recently.
And it came from Key Compounding.
Oh,
the thermos.
That's the thermos came from Key Compounding. Yeah. I've never heard of Key Compounding.
Yeah,
all right,
that one.
They must have got a new one. Awesome. Crick and the Kraken, you guys recently went on Freedom of the Seas. How did you like it? I can't wait. We liked it.
It's a nice ship.
Yeah, it's not the biggest, but it's a great size.
It's a good size ship,
Yeah,
and it's a nice ship.
Yeah, it has a lot of
stuff
good
to do.
areas. Yeah, a lot of stuff to do. We liked it.
And we went from Freedom of the Seas to Wonder of the Seas, which is like one of the brand new biggest ones. So that one was like a Disney World at sea. That one was kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, Freedom of the Seas.
Laraine was going, there's so many children on this ship.
Oh my gosh.
On Wonder of the Seas, it was kind of crazy.
I've reached that certain age now where screaming toddlers that aren't mine. I just don't care to be around that. Travis LR says, question, CD, in regards to Ninja Creamy, are the results with protein powder really that close to ice cream?
Yes, no, maybe. You know, I'm not a protein powder fan, so I'm not going to blow smoke about protein powder.
He eats it in the Ninja Creamy.
So I will, and I've done videos on it. We will make it with Fairlife milk, so you can get a good boost of protein there.
Yeah.
With I like chocolate, so I usually add some cocoa powder, which adds no calorie, just like cocoa powder, not not hot chocolate or anything else. Actual, Dutch cocoa powder. Some chocolate sugar-free pudding mix, and a scoop of chocolate protein powder, and it's very, very close. It's not exactly the same, and there's other ways. There's other recipes you could use Greek yogurts and do more like a frozen yogurt. I mean, there's even recipes where you could do it like a custard and make it with eggs.
We haven't done that.
And you can heat and thicken eggs, and the eggs would bring some more protein to it. So there's ways to do it. You can freeze anything you put in there.
Yeah. And I think it's also a function of how you spin it, like the level that you what's the number, like 3 or something. It's different ways of it getting mixed up. So you can turn it to different settings, and I think that also makes a difference. You kind of have to play around with it.
There's also recipes. So for you Disney fans out there, you've had their
Dole Whip.
There's recipes you can basically take a can of pineapple and a protein milk. I think a lot of people are even using like coconut milk, and it's very low calorie and kind of super tasty. Let's see here. Virginia Olson says, do you see me as a member here? I joined and received welcome letter, but can't access members Q&A last night.
Oh, I think I just saw your email, and I sent it over to Christopher to help.
I don't know, Virginia, but I'll check for you. Okay.
You don't have a little member symbol next to your name, so.
And that's all managed through YouTube. So if you go into your YouTube dashboard, your setup, you can look there and see it where you have memberships. And if you don't see a membership there, or it hasn't billed you, then you're not a member. I can go look and see
if we have you
in
as
there,
a
though,
member.
but probably you're not, since you don't have the icon next to your name.
It should like as soon as you pay, it should pop up, right?
Yeah.
Jane Trumbull, do you feel compounding is safe for mochi?
Well, we wouldn't inject it if we didn't think it was safe.
Been using it for almost 2 years. I have lost 30 pounds in 5.5 months. Oh, good for you. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would not. I've sent over 850 people to I would not do that if I didn't use it myself and feel completely comfortable with it. Amy Loses It says, I went the other way, from wonder to freedom, and that maybe wasn't the best idea. Well, because you go from a big ship to
Wonder's
smaller
brand
ship.
new. I mean, it is shiny and new. And Freedom's not the oldest ship in the world, but it's not. It doesn't still smell like a new car. It's.
Well, and it's funny. So Wonder is one of the biggest ships on Royal Caribbean, and we went on the Wonder. Yes, and there is that part that she talks about, Central Park, where you're like,
Laraine doesn't like
where's
it.
the ocean? Like,
Laraine likes ships with lots of water.
I want to see the ocean at all times. I do not want to be in. And if you like it, then that's great. That's what you like. But we're sitting in this park with plants and trees, and I don't know if they piped in birds chirping or if there were actual birds that were living in the. I think it was just they piped in the sound. But I'm like, I could do this at home, like in my, at my, we call it Birkdale Village, but anyway, I like a smaller ship so I can see the ocean, because
But
that's
Freedom
why I'm
isn't
there
a
for the
small
ocean.
ship.
It's
Either.
not.
We've sailed on tiny ships. That's
Mhm.
not. Freedom is still a good size ship.
It's a good size.
Toby.
You read that. I'm gonna cough.
Toby says 20 weeks of compounded Zepbound so far, and I'm down 55 pounds. Thank you for all the great information you give on your channel. You both are a great help. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thanks. Down 55 pounds. That's great. You're doing great.
Jane's down 31 in 5.5 months.
Yep. Good job, Jane. Yay.
Sometimes the confetti has a delay there. Ari Houston, hello from H-Town. Appreciate when you do the GLP do for the community.
What's H-Town? Oh, Houston.
Houston, I
sorry, I didn't see that. It's RE. All right, awesome.
All right, well, folks, it has now been 2 hours and 23 seconds, and that will be about it for us this evening.
Uniqlo. Clo?
It doesn't matter, babe.
I'm upset that I said it wrong.
If you haven't already, please. We've got 389 of you out there and 306 likes. That's doing awesome.
Right.
We appreciate
hit
that.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
If you haven't already.
If you haven't subscribed,
what are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? We've got so much cool stuff. I was plotting today content for the beginning of the year. My wife's head was exploding, going, "We can't do all of that. It's impossible." And I said, "Of course we can."
Like, I have no time to go to the grocery store. I bought groceries online right before this live. I got like a
priorities, babe.
The Target Circle. Like, I got a year free of Target Circle where I can get free grocery delivery through Shipt and Target, and you don't have to pay any upcharge fee like you do with some of the other delivery services. So I made a whole grocery order. Hopefully the girls got it off the porch and put it in the refrigerator.
Either way, it's cold outside. It'll be okay.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm sure they did. But yeah.
Crazy.
Got a lot of stuff coming. So make sure you subscribe, because, community is so important, right? So a lot of people on this GLP-1 journey, they don't have anybody to talk to or compare notes with. And so, you can watch us talk about our journey every week on our weekly weigh-in. You can listen to our news show on Monday. We talk about what's going on, and sometimes we have breaking news that we'll put into the live or special lives. So you definitely want to subscribe for those, so you are the first to know about that. And we do what's worked for us videos. We find products that we like that we want to tell you about, and we're not going to tell you about anything that we're not using ourselves. So what did somebody contact us today about?
Don't do that.
No, something that we would never, ever use in a million years. Weighted vest. It wasn't that, but something like that. And Christopher's like, no, we don't. We're not going to recommend that. We don't do that. So if we're, if we're telling you about something, it's because we used it and we liked it.
Yep. All right. Well,
are we done?
We are done here.
Stick a fork in us. We're done. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send y'all your thermoses that won. Congratulations. And maybe next week we'll give away some more, because they're really just taking up space in my cabinet.
All right.
So thanks for watching.
Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized.
Good night.